Good morning or good evening, whenever you watch this video. Welcome to you all. I am Mr. Antonius, and we all here miss you so much. So, in this video, we are going to learn the starter of Family and Friends Grade 6. Are you ready? That's okay, let's go. We have some tenses that we use to remember in this video. The first one, the past simple tense. The past simple tense. What is the meaning of the word the past simple tense, or how can I use the tense of the past simple? Okay, we use this tense with an action started and finished in the past. For example, I played football yesterday, or she watched TV last night. That's okay. In these sentences, the action started and finished in the past. That's okay. Okay. The keywords of the past simple is yesterday, in the past, ago, one day, this morning, last plus period of time. For example, last week, last year, or last month. That's okay. As we said in these sentences, I played football yesterday, or I played football 2 days ago. Okay, what about the form of the simple past? The form of the simple past is subject plus verb following by d, ed, or ied. For example, they played tennis last week, or we studied science yesterday. Number three, she lived in Cairo 3 years ago. In the first example, they played, I put ed in the verb. Okay, number two, we studied science yesterday. We delete y and put ied because it ended with y before it consonant letter. So we delete y and put ied to become studied. Number three, she lived in Cairo 3 years ago. She lived here, we just put d because the verb ends with e. That's okay? Okay. What about regular verbs? Regular verbs are verbs that we put d or ed or ied in the second form. Okay, number one, verbs end in e, we just add d. For example, complete, completed, invite, invited. That's okay? For example, he completed his homework yesterday. Okay, number two, verbs end in y after a consonant. We change y into ied as we said before. For example, try, tried, cry, cried. Okay? For example, the baby cried a lot yesterday. Number three, verbs end in y after a vowel. We just add ed. For example, pray, prayed, play, played. For example, they played football match last Friday. That's okay? Okay. Number four, some verbs end in a consonant after a vowel. We double the last letter. For example, stop, stopped. We put b before we add ed. Another example, drop, dropped. That's okay? Okay. Let's turn to point number five. Some verbs are irregular. What is the meaning of the word irregular? Irregular means the second form of the verb. We didn't put d or ed or ied, but the form or the shape of the verb may be changed. For example, go, went, run, ran, buy, bought, see, saw, swim, swam, drink, drank, eat, ate, come, came, read, read, do, did, have, had, be, it will be, was, or were. They're okay? Okay. What about negative? In negative, we use the subject which is he, she, it, I, we, they, and you, plus didn't plus verb in infinitive. For example, they played football last week, or I went to the cinema yesterday. In negative way, they will be they didn't play football last week. So we said didn't play, didn't plus infinitive. Number two, I didn't go to the cinema yesterday. Again, didn't plus verb infinitive, so we said I didn't go to the cinema yesterday. That's okay? Okay, for yes or no questions, we'll use did plus subject, which is we, they, you, he, she, it, plus verb infinitive, plus the complement of our question. For example, did you visit your uncle last month? Did you visit your uncle last month? We have two kinds of answer, the long answer and short answer. In long answer, you can say, yes, I visited my uncle last month. Or negative, no, I didn't visit my uncle last month. In short answer, you can say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. For WH questions, we'll say WH plus did plus we, they, you, he, she, and it, plus verb infinitive. For example, when did she arrive? When did she arrive? She arrived last Friday. She arrived last Friday. That's okay? Okay. So, another point in the simple past, we have helping verbs in the simple past. The first point, number A, verb to be. Am or is, it will be was. And are for plural, it will be were. So, in affirmative, we'll say, I was happy yesterday. I was happy yesterday. In negative, I wasn't happy yesterday. For yes or no question, we'll say, were you happy yesterday? When you answer, you can say, yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. That's okay? Okay, number B, verb to have. We have or has in the present. In the past, it will be had. So, in affirmative way, we'll say, I had a birthday party last week. In negative, we'll say, I didn't have a birthday party last week. For yes or no questions, we can say, did you have a party last week? And when you answer, you can say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. That's okay? Number C, verb to do. We have do or does in the present, and in the past it will be did. So, in affirmative, we can say, I did my homework yesterday. In negative, we can say, I didn't do my homework yesterday. For yes or no questions, we can say, did you do your homework yesterday? When you answer, you can say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. That's okay? Okay, so it's time to do our exercise. Okay, the exercise is Change the following sentences into negative. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Number one. I had a lot of friends 2 years ago. I had a lot of friends 2 years ago. How can I turn this sentence from affirmative to negative? Great! The answer is I didn't have a lot of friends 2 years ago. Number two, she came by bus this morning. She came by bus this morning. Great! The answer is she didn't come by the bus yesterday or this morning. She didn't come by bus this morning. Number three, she went to school on foot. She went to school on foot. How can I say this sentence in negative? Great! We'll say she didn't go to school on foot. That's okay? She didn't go to school on foot. That's okay? Okay. The second exercise. Rewrite the following sentence. Number one, it's sunny. It's sunny. And we have the word yesterday. So, what will be the answer? Thank you. The answer is it was sunny yesterday. It was sunny yesterday. Number two, my dad bought a new car last Monday. We want to make question with what. So, what will be the answer? That's okay, thank you. The answer is what did your dad buy last Monday? What did your dad buy last Monday? Okay, number three. We go to the zoo last week. Let's correct this verb between the two brackets. Okay, what will be the answer? Thank you. We went to the zoo last week. Okay, thank you so much. Number four, Noha helped her mother with the housework. Noha helped her mother with the housework. We want to put not in this sentence. So, what will be the answer? Wonderful. The answer is, as we see, Noha didn't help her mother with the housework. Noha didn't help. Help here is infinitive. So, Noha didn't help her mother with the housework. That's okay? Okay. The second tense, the present simple tense. The present simple tense. We use this tense when we speak about fact or habit. We use to do every day or about something happen in the present. Again, we use this tense when we speak about fact or habit. We use to do every day or about something happen in the present. The key words of the present simple is every. For example, every day, every week, every year, or every Monday. We have again always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. That's okay? So, what is the form of the present simple tense? The form of the present simple tense is I, we, they, and you, plus verb in infinitive. For singular, he, she, or it, plus verb following by is or es or ies. In affirmative sentences, we can say, I play football every day. Number two, she always helps her mother. Number three, he sometimes watches TV. He sometimes watches TV. That's okay? Okay, note, we add es to verbs that ends in ch, sh, double S, O, or X. For example, watch, watches. We put yes. Brush, brushes. Pass, passes. Go, goes. Mix, mixes. That's okay. In verbs that ends in Y after vowel A, E, I, O, U, we add only S. For example, play, 12b plays. Say, 12b says. In verbs that ends in Y after consonants, we change Y into IES. For example, study, studies. Fly, flies. For negative sentences, we'll use I, we, they, or you, plus don't, plus infinitive. In singular subject, we'll say he, she, it, plus doesn't, plus infinitive too. For example, I play football. In negative, it will be I don't play football. Number two, he brushes his teeth. In negative, it will be he doesn't brush his teeth. It's okay? Okay. Note that we use never in negative sentences instead of not. Again, we use never in negative sentences instead of not. For example, I don't play football. When we use never, it will be I never play football. For singular, she doesn't go to school by bus. When we use never, it will be she never goes to school by bus. Okay, for yes or no questions, we'll use do plus we, they, or you plus verb. In singular subject, we use does plus he or she or it plus infinitive too. So let's study this example. Do you play football? Do you play football? In short answer, you can say no, I don't, or yes, I do. In long answer, you can say yes, I play football, or no, I don't play football. For WH questions, we'll say WH plus do plus we, they, or you plus verb in infinitive. For singular, we'll say WH plus does plus he, she, it plus verb plus infinitive. For example, when does he get up? When does he get up? In answer, you can say he gets up at 6 o'clock. That's okay. What about the helping verbs in the present? The helping verbs in the present. Let's see. Number A, verb to be. In present, it will be am, is, or are. For affirmative, we can say he is hungry. He is hungry. In negative, we can say he isn't hungry. For yes or no questions, it will be is he hungry? When you answer, you can say yes, he is, or no, he isn't. Okay, the second verb to have. We have, or has. So in affirmative, we can say she has a new computer. She has a new computer. In negative, we can say she doesn't have a new computer. She doesn't have a new computer. For yes or no question, we can say does she have a new computer? For answer, we can say yes, she does, or no, she doesn't. Okay, number C, verb to do. we have do or does. For affirmative, we can say he does his homework. In negative, it will be he doesn't do his homework. For yes or no questions, it will be does he do his homework? When you answer, you can say yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. That's okay. Are you ready for our exercise? Okay. Exercise number 1. Make questions for the following sentences. Number 1. No, I never have lunch at home. I never have lunch at home. What will be the answer? Great. The answer is do you have lunch at home? Do you have lunch at home? Number 2. Yes, libraries are good places to read. Yes, libraries are good places to read. Thank you. The answer is are libraries good places to read? Are libraries good places to read? That's okay. Number 3. Yes, the school bell rings at 7:45. The school bell rings at 7:45. What will be the answer? That's okay. The answer is does the school bell ring at 7:45? Does the school bell ring at 7:45? That's okay. Okay. The third tense, which is the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense. We use this tense to express action happens in the present and still continue. We use this tense to express action happens in the present and still continue. Okay, for the keywords of this tense we have look, listen, at present, at the moment, smell, still, and now. That's okay. What about the form of the present continuous? We have I am plus verb following by ing. For singular, we have he, she, it, following by is and verb adding to it ing. For plural, we have we, they, and you, plus are plus verb following by ing. That's okay? Okay, for example, Grandma is sleeping now. Grandma is sleeping now. Number 2, look, I'm swimming. Look, I'm swimming. Number 3, listen, they are singing. Listen, they are singing. Okay, note. Number 1, verbs end in E, drop it before adding ing. For example, make, making, have, having. We drop E and put ing. That's okay. Number 2, some verbs ending in a consonant after a vowel. So, double the last letter before adding ing. For example, begin, beginning, put, putting. That's okay. Number 3, verbs ending in ie change into y before adding ing. For example, die, dying, lie, lying. Note, verbs of emotion, sensation, and desire are not used in present continuous. For example, like, dislike, remember, consist, want, forgive, live, think, expect, and notice. That's okay? Okay, for negative, we'll use not. I am not plus verb following by ing. He or she, it, plus isn't plus verb following by ing. we, they, and you, plus aren't plus verb, following by ing. For example, I am not playing now, or she isn't cooking at the moment. That's okay? For yes or no question, we'll say are plus we, they, you, plus verb following by ing. In singular, we'll say is plus he or she read plus verb following by ing. For example, are you having your breakfast now? Are you having your breakfast now? For answer, you can say yes, I am, or no, I'm not. For WH questions, we'll say WH plus R plus we, they, and you plus verb following by ing. For singular, we'll say WH plus is plus he or she or it plus verb following by ing. For example, what are you doing? When you answer, you can say, I am reading a comic book. I am reading a comic book. That's okay? Okay, so let's do our exercise. Number 1, put the following verbs in the correct tense. Number 1, I my dinner at the moment. So the answer is great. I am having my dinner at the moment. Number 2, she at the moment, and we have the verb pray. So the answer is great. She is praying at the moment. Number 3, who tonight, and the answer is Nahla. So we have the verb come. What will be the answer? Thank you. The answer is who is coming tonight. Number 4, my father in his office now, and we have the verb work. So my father is working in his office now. Exercise number 2, rewrite the following sentences. Number 1, no, giraffes don't eat meat. We want a question with do. So the answer is, do giraffes eat meat? Okay, number 2, a baby usually cry all night. And we have the verb cry. We want to correct it. Thank you. A baby usually cries all night. Number 3, he speaks Arabic well. He speaks Arabic well. We wanted to put not into the sentence. So what will be the answer? Okay, he doesn't speak Arabic well. He doesn't speak Arabic well. That's okay. Okay, number 4, Ahmed always does his homework. We wanted to put the word now in a sentence. So it will be Ahmed is doing his homework. Thank you. Okay. Then we have the past continuous tense. The past continuous tense. We use this tense to talk about actions that were interrupted. The interruption is usually a shorter action in the simple past. Again, we use this tense to talk about actions that were interrupted. The interruption is usually a shorter action in the simple past. So the key words we have while, as, just as, and when. The form of the past continuous, he, she, it, plus was, plus verb ing. For the plural, we'll say we, they, and you, plus were, plus verb following by ing. Okay, we have when or while, plus sentence in the past continuous, and sentence in past simple. For example, When we were eating, my father came. Number two, while I was sleeping, a thief entered my room. That's okay. The first part is sentence in the past continuous, and the second sentence is in the past simple. Okay, let's do our exercise. Okay, number one, rewrite the following sentences. Number one, while I my breakfast, the phone rang, and we have the correct one. What will be the answer? Okay, while I was having my breakfast, the phone rang. Okay, number two, when Tom was painting windows, it started raining. Correct the verb into the bracket. So it will be when Tom was painting windows, it started raining. That's okay. Number three, I was singing, my mom came home. Use when. That's okay. When my mom came home, I was singing. When my mom came home, I was singing. That's okay. So, at the end of our video, I hope you all understand our grammar and see you in the next video. Goodbye.